today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Washington football team taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington football team. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Off play action. Wells. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mason. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick-6. And just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp.
Yes.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Returning it, John Ross. And he returns this to the 22.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they gave up the pick-6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
16 yards, a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Complete to number
11
82.
more on that one and another first down.
On the play. First down, Vikings.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
On second down now. It's Payne. And he stopped immediately there.
Carried by number 30.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run the option to pick it up. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And goal.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Throwing on 1st down. Wells caught outright by Patton. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Wells. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They had a gain of 10 last time. Now a gain of 20 here.
29-yard.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
14 yards there on the pickup, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
1st down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Washington 14. Vikings 7.
Off the play fake. Wells. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there. So I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Vikings 7.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal. You did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
At their own 19-yard line.
And out now come the Vikings. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice.
Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here's Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Madison, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Alexander Madison, the ball carrier.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wells. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him at contract time.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now here's Ross. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll start by running the option to the right. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
On 2nd down, it's Ross. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. That's out to the left and complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
There's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, nearly picked.
Incomplete.
And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. Back to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now. Right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
On 1st down, Wells. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wells. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
And that one will fall incomplete.
Up 2nd and goal.
Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Wells toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. From the gun, Wells. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
Brings up 4th and goal.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
Rosas on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
Rosas' kick is good.
The kick is.
And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
20. Vikings 14.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
On the deep ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught at the 25. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Holding offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
14.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Quick throw going to be caught by Foster. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down now, it's Payne, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown.
It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. And sometimes you just put it in the hands of your quarterback, let him take you home.
And you just know the NFL playbooks nowadays have gotten just a little bit thicker because just about everyone has a quarterback run series involved now, and we just saw the evidence of it.
Do defenses hate that?
Drives them crazy because the quarterback is usually not a guy that runs the football. You cover everyone else, and all of a sudden he waltzes in on you.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Draw play, Madison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the toss, Madison. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Wildcat.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
At their own 42-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They get this out left, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Wells. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
And no Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is down to 2.
27.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's takes leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that ball... pop free. We could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Wells. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
They'll take over.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st down, Payne. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And to give this time to the tailback.
Number 32. The
back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
32.
So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Operating from the gun. Wells. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Taken down and sacked.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Wells looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Washington on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, Wells. He'll get this underneath to Madison. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did, you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Davion Taylor. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Fair
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But the bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play. Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a 1st down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
No gain.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the 1st. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
He's back to throw. He finds his receiver left side. This is Patton.
Wells pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally down at the 41-yard line.
That's good.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 11 now. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll take over 1st and 10. At their
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Today's finals, Washington.
So a victory here for the Washington football team. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Washington, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.